新しいインスピレーションが降りてきたわ。新しいインスピレーションが降りてきたわ。
Hi guys, Artiar here. So yeah, you already see the beginning of the video that how Chloe is able to cleave the WUYOU team, right? So today I'm gonna expose the how this team actually works. I know a lot of some player that uses this team already to cleave your WUYOU team. They already know this technique because it's already in game for quite a time already. It's not like this few patches thing. Is since before WUYOU exists in the game, that this cleave thing is already exists in the game here. But I do feel that a lot of players doesn't know this team build yet, so I'm gonna expose this team build today. So Chloe, we have to take a look at Chloe's resonance first. So Chloe resonance here, when you have R2 Chloe, when her HP is 100%, which most likely will, because you are the cleave thing, you will take the action first, then she will have a crit rate plus 25%. So this is very amazing because you can save some of your stats from building the crit rate. Okay, then the R4 effect here, when you heal yourself when you kill the enemy, which doesn't matter too much, but the thing is R6 here, you gain a bonus attack that attacks all enemy when you are R6. So let's take a look the R6 effect. So R6 is what makes Chloe the most DPS output here, is because of her kit. So she will randomly attack enemy 5 times, but if you target on the, when you select on that enemy, it will actually hit that enemy first. Okay, then it will attack 5 times, and then every hit will steal 2 buffs. So the more buff the enemy have, the more buff you are actually able to steal for herself, and then it will persist attack all enemy 1 time. Then the damage attack is 30%. So actually 5 hit here will actually deals another small damage of 30% for everyone. And most important thing is here, for every buff Chloe has, this damage will increase by 10%. So if Chloe have 10 buff, then this damage here will increase by 100%. So I no idea is this 100% counts at 90% plus another 90%, or 90% plus 100%, so become 190%. But anyway, this Chloe here is the more buff Chloe have, the more DPS she's able to deal. And not to mention that we have a final damage plus 10% here in her S3, so it makes her S3 damage even higher. The divinity here doesn't matter too much because the buff here is actually buff the stage of fantasy, which is the S2, but it's important to have her divinity for her extra another 500 attack here. Okay, then let me show you about Chloe's build for point war. So this thing only works in point war because you need to be fully manual. Okay, so this is Chloe's build. You don't want any speed, you want very low speed. You want as high crit damage as possible. A little bit of accuracy is fine, but not too high. Then the crit rate here doesn't matter too much, because from Chloe's R2 effect will already provide Chloe additional 25%, and then later we're going to put in Sachiko in your team. Sachiko will provide you another crit rate buff plus 30%, and then crit rate up buff plus the Rezo buff plus this buff here, and plus the Ethan's magic tune buff will actually more than 100%, because Ethan's magic tune here, when you're R2 above, is actually able to provide 20% of crit rate, 20% of crit damage, and 20 speed from Ethan. So if your Ethan is not R2 above, then you need to make your Ethan able to take the action to at least cast 1 S3. If your Ethan is R2 above, then your Ethan doesn't need to take the action and just only need to provide the buff at the start of the combat. Alright, so let's take a look how the concept goes. Alright, so let me show you how the team concept works. Okay, so first of all, you need every single Esper in this team here, and then the turn order here is pretty important as well. So you want Abigail to take the action first, and then you want Champagne to take the action. Then after that is either Sachiko. Sachiko depends on your RNG, so my Sachiko speed isn't built that fast. So your when Champagne casts her S2, and sometimes she will crit, right? If they actually crit on the enemy, then Sachiko have a chance to get AP push and actually get a turn. So if Sachiko able to get a turn, then she's able to provide another layer of speed up here. But this doesn't important. So what Sachiko does is she will provide crit rate up for them, And also another buff is Allied Inferno as well, do 10% more damage when landing a critical hit. So it will buff Chloe here. Then Ethan here doesn't need to take an action, but Ethan here will provide crit rate and crit damage increase and also speed for everyone team, so they will be faster. Then Abigail here will protect attack up and crit damage up. And then if enemy doesn't have Ikki, you can also go for another skill rotation, so you can provide another recovery buff, defend up, and also another stack of shield. And then the recovery buff is for herself, right? Yeah, for herself. And then Champion here is gonna provide the S2 effect, the cannon buff of able to ignore 25% of the enemy defense. Right, so let's take a look here. So this is how you're gonna buff up your Chloe and make Chloe able to cleave the enemy team. But make sure the target that you find in your WUYOU team, enemy WUYOU team, you have to avoid them having WUYOU. You have to avoid them having, most importantly is you want to prevent them having WUYOU. Okay, you want them to prevent them to have Sujue R6. And then Ikki depends. Ikki can also cleave, but it is a bit more RNG. So, but the main thing is you want to prevent WUYOU and Sujue R6. Okay, so let's see the team order here. So everyone here can see is pretty fast, right? So Abigail will AP push herself, providing attack up and crit damage up to the whole team. But because I AP push myself, so I'm able to cast my S2 here to provide defend up and shield to the whole team as well. So now I cast this. So you can see Chloe here have another 2 new buff, and this shield buff from Aegis set and the shield buff from, provided from, by Abigail is a different shield buff. You can see there's 2 stack of shield buff here. Then now is Champion's turn. So Champion, I will cast S2 on Chloe. So Chloe will get AP push from bottom to front, and then have a chance to apply defend down, but because it's WUYOU team, so you won't apply defend down, but you have a chance to apply defend down on Lin. And then I get the cannon buff to AP ignore defense later. So now my Sachiko also took an action, so my Sachiko will cast S2 to provide speed up, so it will provide additional buff here by 1 more stack. So every single buff here will increase the overall damage by 10%. So every single buff here will benefit. And then I'll get crit rate up buff from Sachiko from the passive. And then now when I cast my S3, it will be 90% attack for each target, and then 30% attack for AoE damage, and then every single buff here will increase damage by 10%. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 buff here, it should be 120% in damage increase, and the final damage increase by 10%. So it will be a very juicy damage, and another 10% from Sachiko's passive. Inferno as per deal 10% more damage when landing a critical hit. So the RNG thing here is cause enemy here have Lian. So Lian, R6 Lian, right, have a dream bubble that will provide miss rate plus 25%. So you have a small chance to actually miss and not able to cleave it. So let's see if you're able to cleave. So you want to target on WUYOU because you want to make sure you kill WUYOU in one shot. And let's go S3. Okay, my WUYOU here actually missed, so it didn't one-shot WUYOU just now. But if he actually one-shot WUYOU, it is actually a very smooth clear. So now left lane hit herself, then you can just cast the rest of the skill. But let me show you if I'm actually able to cleave the whole team very smooth. If it's very smooth, it's actually very satisfying when you actually make it everything out. So S3 AP push Abigail, then Abigail S2. Then Champion S2 on Chloe. Then Sachiko here will cast S2, provide speed up buff. Enemy will provide Sakura's buff. And then a target on WUYOU, and then I cast S3, slash. Very clean and very smooth. Okay, so this is the typical Chloe team here. Right, you can see the Chloe team is dealing 99% of the damage, and Champion here is the 1%. Then I'll show you more different example. For example, this one here have an Ikki situation, so you don't want the turn count to take that much, because or else Ikki will clear your whole buff. So your Abigail here should be not casting that much turn, right? So you should be doing like this, like Abigail straight away push Champion, so you'll be lesser a few buff here, then AP push Chloe, Okay, then Sachiko AP push. Sakura will apply buff, which is fine. Okay, then Chloe will be targeting maybes. And then, cause now you can see Ikki have 3 buff of Waxing Moon. If I actually AP push myself again and apply the shield, all those things, then I actually, all this buff here will get dispelled. So you want to prevent that when you are fighting Ikki team. Okay, then you're gonna get S3, then cleave everyone. Okay, so Ikki team, the turn order have to switch a bit, but other than Ikki team, everything you can AP push Abigail herself first. Okay, so what we're gonna try if we are able to cleave a R6 Sujue team. You can see enemy Sujue is very fast, so it will cut off my champion here. So you want to AP push to Sachiko, let Sachiko take her action, then Sachiko AP push my team, then champion S2 to Chloe, and then you play Sujue and don't target on Chloe. Cause if Sujue target on Chloe, then Chloe will get, oh never mind, my Chloe take the action first. So if actually Sujue take her action, Sujue will able to cast S3, and if he target on Chloe, which most likely will, and then Chloe buff will get dispel everything off. So with this buff amount, let's see if we're able to cleave it. Let me try if I target on Sujue. S3, cleave. Right, managed to clear all of her stack, and they prevent their death. But then when they take the action, they should die, right? Yep, die. Okay, then left two Esper here. Then that's the problematic because my Abigail here already used her S3, so it will take some turn before she's able to take the action. Okay, so I put immunity up from Ether because I can prevent Sujue from taunting my Esper. Okay, then Sachiko, just try to protect all your team with shield now. Okay, like for Abigail as well, protect your team with shield. You want to survive from the remaining Sujue's attack, and then later you're gonna revive Chloe. Okay, then defend, break everyone, stun you. Nope. Okay, now I revive Chloe. Okay, revive Chloe, and then I try to S2. Then just target on Sujue. Don't let. Okay, never mind. Okay, if my Abigail here is R6 just now, I'm actually able to use S3 to revive Chloe and reset Chloe S3 cooldown. But that's not the case for me currently. Okay, stun. That's the problem. When this cleave team fail to cleave them, then it will be a very tough fight. Okay, now I'm just gonna keep CD up. Revive Chloe again. Okay, then hit Lin. Now what I'm trying to do is I want to buy some time for Chloe to get up her buff. With enough buff, then it should be fine. Right, then try to S3. Alright, very close. Sujue almost gonna die. S2. Okay, kill. Right, finally. Yeah, that's why. So this team here, if you fail to cleave, it will be very hard to fight. So it's a high risk, high reward team. If it's either you cleave them or you get cleaved. But because of the changes of Abigail, it actually make the team easier or more secure because of the CD reset, and the revive thing will make it easier in a way. Okay, let's test if this cleave team is actually able to cleave a team that has a Sujue in it. So enemy, as usual, the enemy have an Ikki team, so you don't want to AP push yourself. You want to instantly AP push Champion, then Champion AP push Chloe. Okay, then Sachiko AP push everyone again, apply speed up, and then now we are able to slash. So you want to slash WUYOU. Okay, we're not able to slash everyone, and then Sujue will instantly revive them, and then Liam revive WUYOU. So everything here got messed up. So it seems like you're not able to slash a team that have a Sujue in it because the Sujue is able to revive them. So when your team actually fail to cleave the enemy team, then you are actually instantly lose. So it will be very tough to use this team in high rank now. That's why yeah. So in lower rank, if you face all those WUYOU team that doesn't have Chuyao in it, then it should still be easy to use. Okay, let's try this one. So this one is R3 WUYOU with a R6 Momo here and Ikki. So same thing, when you face Ikki, you want to S3 instantly to Shenpin instead of herself. So S3 to Shenpin, Shenpin S2 to Chloe, then Sachiko go AP push. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, so you can see here Momo actually dispels some of my buff, so my DPS here overall will be lower. Okay, then let's see we are still able to cleave. Right, without the enough of buff, if it's not cleavable. Right, so Momo here will destroy the whole turn thing. Alright, so yeah. So this team is not like immortal or able to cleave every single team now, because there's actually a lot of same Esper counter in the game now. So you want to prevent those. So yeah, that's all for this video today. I hope this team concept actually will help the lower tier player to actually able to face the WUYOU problem if you have all these Esper in your kit. And yeah, so in higher tier it's a bit hard to use this team now, because like enemy here, this one have Chuyao, then you have to avoid already. And enemy here have Chuyao and R6 Sujue, you have to avoid. And then you can see here, this one have Ikki and R6 Sujue. This one is still cleavable in a way, depends on your RNG, but it's a bit tough, not like you can't. And then this one here have Chuyao as a speed leader. You have to avoid like all kind of speed lead and avoid Chuyao team, because you cannot crit. Like this one have Chuyao here, this one have R6 Sujue here. This one still cleavable in a way, but we have to see your RNG, because if you land more slashes on Sujue, in Sujue die first, then you have the chance to cleave this team. And this one here have Chuyao, then you have to avoid. And this one here have Chuyao as a leader, so you might get outspeed and then you actually die. So this team is a high risk, high reward team. If you're actually able to cleave, you can cleave the most tankiest team in the game now, which is WUYOU team. But if you fail to cleave, then this team here is a directly 100% lose. Like this kind of team here have Chuyao as a speed leader, then you have to avoid. Like Ikki here, you have to avoid because of Abigail will provide shield. Okay, so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JenMP, Rosas15, Molcode Regally, The Bluest Lane, Pigeon Roulette, Kemi, thank you so much for the support. And for the supporter and patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Code Wilderness, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwatts, Rimu, Choni, Von Hexa, Rawson Bessie, Antonio Winterspoon, Marilyn Williams, and Uncle Chad. Thank you so much for the support. And that's not all. Also, special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat, the latest clan. So special thanks to Pigeons Roulette, Agni, Ziggy, Code Wilderness, Choni, and Rosas15. Thank you so much for the support, and hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.